And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but, you know, as an up-and-coming podcast, things are bound to happen. But we are back now, part 2, and we're going to get into a little segment. And the segment is called, Why the hell did y'all like this team, and why the hell do you still like them?
Yeah, so my thing is, look, me, I've had a million questions from all my friends from my whole entire life, because, like, okay, so... But it's a lot of my friends the same way. So it's like my best friend Elijah, he likes the Chargers and football, but then he's a LeBron fan in basketball. So obviously he liked the Heat, the Cavs, and he likes the Lakers, all that. But still, it's like a lot of people hop around. But me, I'm probably the most diverse person ever. My favorite team is Pittsburgh in football. Then I like a Los Angeles team in basketball. Then I like a Oregon team in college. You know, but and then I like I just like Pittsburgh, baseball team. So. It's crazy. So when I started playing football, when I was in kindergarten, so I was around, I was around 5 or 6. So that was around 2008, 2009. So and when I started playing football, that's when I wanted to watch the NFL. That's when I wanted to watch the NBA. That's when I wanted to start watching sports with my dad. And in 2008, around when I started watching football, who won Super Bowl in 2008, y'all? The Steelers. So I was like, hey, that's my team. And also, who was dominating? Who got drafted in 2003, the year I was born? Troy Polamalu, flying around the field. I wanted to grow my hair like him. That's why I grew my hair out and stuff. Like, that was the guy I wanted to be just like. I love how he played, and they won Super Bowl and everything. So I was like, yeah, that's my team. Plus, my dad liked the Bengals. So he wanted the Steelers to lose so bad. And I love going against everybody. So I was like, you know what? I like the Steelers. Then, my dad, one of his favorite players of all time is Kevin Garnett. So he liked the Celtics. Who won the championship in 2009? The Lakers, who was my dad cheering against. And wanted to lose. The Lakers. I was like, oh, Kobe, he's a dog. I love him. I like the Lakers. So it was around saying when I started liking teams. And then with Oregon, okay, a few years later, 2010 to 2013, who was on the NCAA games, hella fast, the NCAA, who was super good, D'Anthony Thomas. So I was like, yeah, he's a dog. And they got the livest jerseys. That number 6 look heat. In the black and pink. And the gray and green. The orange and, they had so many different colorways. I was like, yeah, I like that team. And then with the Pirates, I didn't really even think about baseball until about like 5th grade. I remember the teachers made us do this little thing. It was like a name tag. Like that you put on your locker. And you could put all your favorite sports teams. Or if you're a girl, you could put like makeup and all that. And they said, for the boys, put your favorite sports team for every single sport. I didn't have one for baseball, but then I remember I looked up I was looking up like players and stuff, and damn, I forgot his name now. But number 30 for the Pirates,
Josh.
Yeah. I know his name was Josh. He was I knew about pickles. I knew when you stuck. He was the man I getting out of those. He was just so entertaining to watch, even though they weren't good. He was fun to watch. If he got on base, you about to see some crazy shit. So I was like, yeah, I like that team. I like him. He's really good. So pretty much it was players really that made me like the team. But now I'm fully invested into every single one of those teams. Kobe was one of the most entertaining players to watch. That's why I like the Lakers. Troy Polamalu was one of the most entertaining, jumping over centers and shit. He was hella entertaining to watch. Fact, yeah. So it was like he was super entertaining. Like the Steelers, D'Anthony Thomas, one of my favorite plays from D'Anthony Thomas is when, so he was running, and like the corner had turned around, you turn around, he was running like this, and D'Anthony Thomas was behind him, like shaking back and forth, and the defender was turned the other way, and every single time D'Anthony Thomas to fake this way, he had turned this way, and D'Anthony Thomas had made a move like, and so he started turning, he cut back, and the dude had turned around and like fell or whatever, because he bopped him. I was like, yeah, he's a dog, fair player. Now, and then he got drafted to the Chiefs. Now he's on the Ravens right now. He's just a special team guy. Yeah. So, but still, so that's what made me like all those teams.
Facts. All right, go ahead, Dre. You next. Why you like the teams that you like?
So, was the Bengals, of course, hometown team. Growing up in a Bengals household, not even household, in a Bengals family.
Yeah. Facts.
All my family members love the Bengals, so naturally I took to being a Bengals fan and wanting to play for the Bengals. Just loved it because that was the hometown team. With the Lakers, again, grew up in a Lakers family. Like my cousin, my sister, me, my aunts, we're all Lakers fans. We're all Kobe fans. So growing up, watching the Lakers was just a normal thing. Parties thrown, and Kobe actually helped me get the love for the game of basketball even more. not just being around my family and my sister playing, and then I started playing. But Kobe made it to where I was like, all right, I'm gonna let this fan for sure now. It's over because it was just my favorite player. Rest in peace, Kobe. The Reds, again, the hometown team. Loves Ken Griffey Jr. Was just enamored by him. I remember playing baseball games, easily picking the Reds, but I'm playing with Ken Griffey Jr. all the time. And then growing up, I wanted to be like Brandon Phillips and wanted to play second base and everything. But then you have college basketball and college football. You see another hometown thing. But I also love Ohio State. Like, if you're
another
Ohio,
hometown, you know what I mean? Like,
you love Ohio State, but Cincinnati has just always been that
yeah.
team for me. I don't know why. I know it's a hometown thing, but it's still, I always just put Cincinnati just that much above Ohio State. Like, Ohio State's here, and then UC just like right here, just on the cusp ahead of it. But it's like, for me, it was just always a hometown thing. I love my hometown. I love Cincinnati.
Yeah, I like going against everybody. Like, that's my favorite thing. So everybody, it's probably a handful of people in my family like the Steelers. Everybody else is the biggest Bengals fans ever. Like, you know, like I'm saying, well, okay, you at one point liked the Bengals because you feel
scared.
me? Yeah, you were too scared to admit you like anybody else. Uncle Dustin's a huge Bengals fan. My dad is. KK still is the biggest Bengals fan ever. You know, it's like my mom even liked the Bengals. You know, so it was like my whole family that I watch sports with were Bengals fans. I'm like, okay, my favorite team is Steelers. So, and they hated that. You know, I used to stay at night with my Steelers blanket, and they used to tell me I had to leave it outside. That's how much they hated it. But I used to love that. It was so funny, just mess with them. And then, like I said, I like the
Steelers blanket. But, I got my terrible towel. Nasty.
No, but look, like, I loved Oregon. I started liking Oregon around 2010, and in 2016. In the national championship game, it was Oregon versus Ohio State. Did we get popped? Hell yeah, we got popped. But I was talking the most shit, saying, "Oh, we're gonna beat you. We're gonna beat you." Uncle Matt was mad. Uncle Dustin was mad. They were getting so upset, saying how our team wasn't even. I'm like, "No, we're gonna blow y'all out." All that, like, you know, just that's our personality. Once again, my dad liked the Celtics. Celtics and Lakers, I don't fuck with them. We don't fuck with each other. We never will, never have, because we're the two most successful organizations in basketball.
Tied for the most NBA championships ever.
Yeah. So,
all right. Austin, why did you start liking the teams that you like?
Most of it's hometown stuff. Bengals fan, Reds fan, Buckeyes. It's just all Ohio stuff. So that's
but there got to be players that when you were little just really stood out to you. You know, like
I've always been a fan of underdogs. Like my favorite player growing up on the Bengals was Delta O'Neal. He was
Austin,
a corner.
Yeah, because Austin loves Emmanuel Mudiay. That's his guy.
Yeah, that's my dude. I like guys that work in the trenches that don't get as much recognition. My favorite player on the Reds growing up was Ryan Friel because he played everywhere, every position. Like, I like guys like that, you know, the utility guys that are really good, but they just don't get their day.
And I mean, that's how Austin plays. He was a switch hitter that could play any position in baseball. You know, in football, you could do the same thing. You play running back, fullback, wide receiver, quarterback, lineman. You did everything. You know, so obviously those you took to the players who were very versatile for me, like you. Yeah, like that's how it is. And also, be honest, like that, they probably were big influences on. That's why you play like that. Because like me, I always like defense. Always in football, defense, because I love Troy Polamalu. Like, and then Ryan Shazier, I wanted to hit like him. You know, it was always somebody on the Steelers that was just a dog on defense. I'm like, y'all play like him.
Thanks.
Right, and not only that, but like, I mean, obviously you like the superstars. You like your AJ Greens. You love
yeah. You got to. But at the same time, it's hard to love superstars because superstars can break your heart when they leave.
Yeah, not just that too, but me, like, if I was gonna go out and buy a jersey from back in the day, I would have bought either a Medulla Williams or Delta O'Neal jersey. Even though they weren't the greatest players, they were my favorite players.
Facts, that's lit. Yeah.
And then, like, after that, around the early 2000s, or the later 2000s, when AJ and them were around, I was a really big fan of Cedric Benson for a while until he left. That was one of my guys that I really liked. And then also, hold on, his name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of his name.
Number?
He played linebacker.
Vinny Ray?
No, that was
no,
Burfict.
not Vinny Ray. It's like OJ. No, something like that.
AJ Hawk.
No, not
You played
AJ Hawk.
receiver.
AJ Hawk did not play receiver.
Andrew, my bad.
I said linebacker.
I know. I said
Oh.
AJ Hawk and
I ain't think.
Dre said that AJ Hawk played receiver.
I forgot the motherfucker's name's Andrew. Okay.
It's Andrew Hawkins.
Fuck
Dumbass.
you.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now. He
Hold
played
on.
linebacker.
What?
But he got a
I don't.
If I ever in my life had to wear a Bengals jersey, it'd be one player I would wear. Bengals fan probably hate it. I would get a number 32 Jeremy Hill
Jeremy Hill.
jersey. No, because I love Jeremy Hill. LSU Jeremy Hill was.
I
LSU
wouldn't
Jeremy Hill
hate
was
it,
different.
honestly. I wouldn't hate it.
Like, cause I don't know. I love Jeremy Hill. Like, even though he was on the rival team, I just love how Jeremy Hill played. I always will. Where he at now? Do not know. But he was a dog, bro.
Here's why.
Wait,
I
he got a
wouldn't hate
ring?
it.
He got a ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, he played
he
for the
got a-
Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Towards
But
the
here's
end.
why I don't hate it. Because the fact of it wasn't Jeremy Hill's fault. It was the fucking refs' fault. They came out after the fucking game. It's like, oh, yeah, he was down. He was already down, and then the ball was stripped.
It's a lot of plays like that. I mean,
that's bullshit.
the Saints Vikings. There's some. Was
Saints Rams.
Rams? I was about to say in the
Oh
Rams.
my
and when he,
God.
like, the ball was still 100. It was still 10 yards away, and he knocked him off his feet, and no flag, no nothing.
But the part that I'm excited for when with Austin's answer is that basketball team.
My favorite basketball team, as you guys know, is the Washington Wizards. I became a Wizards fan because back in 2007, I started playing 2K for the first time in my life. And my favorite player to use, because he was a fucking demon, was Gilbert Arenas.
Agent Zero.
So, Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, that was my guy. I always would pick the Wizards.
Right. And then, I mean, you pretty much got his replica, especially in 2K when you got John Wall.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like,
yeah, now I did become a fan of John and all them, but I'm saying,
I'm talking, no, in 2K, they play exactly the same.
but
Contact
also
dunks,
Paul
crazy
Pierce
shots.
has a soft spot in my heart because, and what really solidified that, back in high school, I think it was 2015, somewhere in that area. The group of friends I was in, one of them was a Hawks fan, and then I obviously was a Wizards fan. And they played in the second round of the playoffs. And I'll never forget, we was at my grandma's house, Nana's house, and Paul Pierce hit the game-winning shot in Game 3 for the Wizards to win. That's when he came up with the infamous, he said, "Did you call bank?" He said, "I just called game."
Yeah, I
And
remember that. Yeah, because I was here
that-
too when we watched it.
That right there kind of locked me in for Wizards fan for life because, like, that game, I was on my toes the entire game. We had a good team that year, and that series was crazy. Even though we ended up eventually losing the series, that's what really locked me into being a Wizards fan was that year.
No, yeah, like, but my favorite thing ever is like real. Like, all of us, we can all say, like, I can admit that every single one of y'all is a real fan, like, because I know guys who say, oh, like now you know how many Nets fans are now, or like, oh, I'm a Nets fan. Like me, the Lakers were. I mean, they've been bad for a long time. Like,
oh my
like
God.
even Kobe. I mean, so when we got Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, we were ass. Made the playoffs,
But
we were still ass. You know what I mean? Like,
the
it
reason why
was.
we were that bad is because of injuries.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like we were
all
pretty
that shit
bad
was
for a
just,
long time.
bad.
And in 2016, that was one of our worst years ever, and that was Kobe last year. You know, he dropped 61 when we beat the Utah Jazz.
Hold on. He ain't dropped 61, he dropped 60.
No, still, yeah, he dropped 60. He shot 61. I'm pretty sure he missed the last free throw. But
Nah, it was 60. Because he had
Yeah.
59.
he made free throw.
He made
Yeah.
the last free throw for 60.
Yeah, so it's like, now it's just crazy that the Eagles at one point were really bad, really bad. Then 2017, their blow up year, won a Super Bowl. De'Aaron continued to rock with them. Now, last season they were pretty bad. I mean, everyone talks stuff about the Bengals, but the Bengals have had their up years, they've had their down years, and all you guys are still big fans. Steelers up and down years. Lakers, of course, up and down years. I mean, okay, my favorite baseball team is one of the worst. It's probably the worst baseball team in the MLB, and I'm not about to say I'm a Reds fan or no other. I'm a Cubs fan, y'all. Like for me, I'm not like that. I'm gonna rock out with my little team.
Like you can like other teams, but you are still a fan.
I would never like other team. I like players. Like any team that got an Organs player, Colts, Buckner. Come on, you got Chargers, Jays 10. You know what I mean? Like I'm fans of players. What?
Eugene.
Yeah, Mr.
Eugene. All right. So my stories coming. I'll start off with baseball. Cincinnati Reds. Growing up, my favorite player was Adam Dunn.
Oh my gosh! Of course you are Adam Dunn.
Shout out Adam Dunn. It was home run or strikeout with that guy. He was a good left fielder. He was a good first baseman, but it was either home run or strikeout. That's why he didn't have a good batting average, because it was one or the other. It was never no in between. And, you know, going to the games, I got to hang out with my dad, got to hang out with my family and stuff at the games, and it was just a really good bonding moment. And then I really started paying attention and really starting to invest my fandomship with the Reds. And, I mean, it's paid off. And we haven't won a pennant yet, but, you know, we had some good years. We had some years where we was in the playoffs. We had some years where we got close to the World Series. I think we made it to the World Series one year. I can't remember. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really think we did. I think we made it to the ALCS.
Yeah.
Or not the AL, the NLCS.
NLCS, yeah.
Yeah, the NLCS. But I've been a Reds fan. Basketball, I don't really have a team. You know, I just kind of follow my players. You know.
So let's say right now you had to pick a team. Who would you pick? If you had to pick a team, you had to go out and get for free. You can get every single player on that team's jersey, and that's your favorite team.
Probably the Cavaliers.
Cavaliers.
Just for the.
Name 5 players on the Cavaliers.
I can't.
Okay, then why the fuck do you like them?
Just hometown. They're close. I could go watch some of their games. But I don't really follow basketball enough for me to pick a favorite team. But like I said, I follow the players that I follow, and, you know, I just rock with that. Football. In 2005, I had a little Nintendo DS. If anybody remembers those, you remember DSs?
Yes.
I had my little Nintendo DS, and my dad bought me Madden 06 with Mr. Donovan McNabb on the cover. And I was like, I never played Madden on a DS before. I don't even think I ever played it before that. So I was like, I'm gonna go do the tutorial so I can learn how to play. And through the tutorial, I kept seeing number 36, Brian Westbrook, and I was like, this guy's good. Now, mind you, this man was running against dummies, like literal, like tackling dummies.
Yeah, I know. I remember the old tutorials.
Yes. Yeah. Like literal tackling dummies, and I was still like, this guy's good. And then I started following him, seeing that he really is good. And I was, for the longest time, I was really shy, and I didn't really say I was an Eagles fan. Even though I would follow them, I would look up any way I could. I would look and see what the score was. I would try to like slyly like, hey, how are the Eagles doing? You know, when we go over and watch Bengals games, I would try to, how are the Eagles doing? Are they doing okay? I'm just wondering. And then finally, you know, I was like, you know what? I just came into my own, and I was like, yeah, I'm not a Bengals fan. Like, I follow the Bengals. That's the hometown team. I follow them. I will always follow them, but they're not my favorite team. My favorite team is the Eagles.
Yeah.
And it's just, I've been rocking with them through the ups and downs. When we lost McNabb, you know, when we got Vic, you know, I've been through the ups and the downs, and last year was a down year. I was still rocking with them, still just chanting playoffs.
2018, 2019.
2018.
All right, you know.
You know, we still made the playoffs those years, but, you know, I was still, that's my team through thick and thin. I will stick with them till the day I die. And then my favorite college team is Ohio State, but 1B for me in the college world is Harvard. Harvard. Now, everybody in my family has cussed me out at least one time because I will talk my shit about Harvard. And I will say that they'll beat the Buckeyes. I would say that they would beat the Buckeyes and get everybody cussing at me. But like, I don't know why. I don't know why, but Harvard, I've always followed Harvard. And, like, even Jeffrey got annoyed at me sometimes. Harvard made it to the tournament. They a fucking 11 seed. They made it. Harvard's in the tournament. Is Oregon in the tournament? Yes, but, like, we in the tournament, too.
Right. Every time Oregon make a tournament, we 3-1. So.
Facts. We like, never got past the 10th seed. We never got past the first round. But it's cool. I've always followed Harvard as well, and I will continue to do that because that's just, I don't know, that's just my squad. I don't even have, like, a story behind it.
Hey, boys, I'm going to be right back.
All right.
I don't really have a story behind it. I just started following them one day. Actually, I do have a story behind it now that I'm really thinking about it. I used to want to go there. That's the college that I wanted to go to. I wanted to be a Harvard boy and graduate from Harvard Business School. That was my dream growing up. And once I got into high school and I started realizing all the shit I had to do to get there, I realized I wasn't gonna get there, and I went Division III. But growing up, I was always like, yeah, I'm going to Harvard. I'm going to Harvard. So I started following their sports because I played sports and I wanted to know what it was like. We play in the Coliseum, by the way. But yeah, that's my stories. That's the teams that I follow.
Yeah, me. My thing is that like, okay, like as I was like, bro, I'm not bandwagon, but really not, because once again, I'm a loyal fan. But one thing I can say, besides Oregon, I've been unless you count Pac-12, but like championship, I've been alive to see my teams win a championship. Every single one of my teams. I've seen the Steelers win one. I've seen since I've been alive, the Lakers have won 3.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, and I'm pretty sure the Steelers have won 2 since I've been alive.
One.
Yeah.
I could swear we won one in like
AFC Championship. Oh wait, since you've been alive?
since 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we won one in like 04.
Maybe.
You won 2.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we've won 2 since I've been alive.
Trust
And then but I watched the one. I've watched 2 Laker championships, and I've been alive for 3 of them. You know, but in Oregon, I mean, in basketball we run a Pac-12, and football, you know, as of right now we run a Pac-12. So it's, you know, we haven't won a big championship yet. And then obviously my baseball team.
Rose
My
Bowl,
baseball,
though.
yeah, we won Rose Bowls, but you know,
No BCS national. Though.
yeah, but still,
Rose Bowls, yes.
but the Pirates, we ain't gonna win shit in a long time. I'm probably gonna no longer be here about time they win the championship.
Want to hear something crazy? I like this team, but I'm not a overly fan of this team. Guess what baseball team it is? And they're based in LA.
Dodgers,
The Angels.
There you go.
Dodgers.
Jackie Robinson.
Yes.
Of course.
I think that's the only reason why I like the Dodgers.
Yeah, you
And
got
then
it. Yeah.
their colors are red, white, and blue. Now I actually kind of like that. It's like,
So you like Texas Rangers?
wow, what?
They're just blue and white.
It's just blue and white. Well, they
There's
have a
no
little
red.
red in it.
They're
Well,
not red.
the Texas Rangers are
Texas
yeah,
Rangers.
But they had a little red
blue.
in it last
They
time I
might
saw
have
it.
one jersey that has a little bit of red in it, but they're
But
not
I like
red, white,
I
and blue.
like their fucking.
No, their
thing.
symbol has red in it. Dodgers, I think it has red in it.
I could have. I swear.
For some reason, I don't know. For some reason, I thought it had red in it. I
I
don't know.
don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, it has red in it.
And by the way, yo, my case came in. Y'all see the
Oh,
boy?
the baseball's red. That's not.
Baseball and then the streak.
Feel me? My case came in. Y'all turn me up.
That's the red that he has. See, the Dodgers
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
the shit on their hat, like the logo that's on their hat.
My case came in, Jerry. Now I'm about. Najee Harris actually had his own merch.
Yeah,
so
the
I'm
numbers
about to
are
order.
red. That's true. The numbers are red.
Yeah.
But like, I always think about the logo on the hat. The hat's blue
Yeah.
and a white LA logo.
But that's,
Shout out Trevor Bauer. That was my favorite Reds player. While he was on the Reds. Shout out Trevor Bauer. Love you to death, Mr. Bauer outage. That's my boy. Cy Young winner.
Yeah.
Which
Okay,
means he
okay.
was the best pitcher in the MLB
Yes, sir.
for the NL.
That's lit.
Yeah.
But
While
yeah.
he was on the Reds.
But I became I like the Dodgers. I'm not a fan.
See, but
I'm
not
a big
like-
fan.
Yeah.
And then that's another reason I said it too, because the back of the jersey is blue. It's
Yeah.
literally just the front of the jersey is a red number.
Yeah.
So they have like a very seldom amount of red.
Yeah, but it's still like that's what
It's
I
still red.
liked.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, yeah, that's kind of nice. Cause I don't know what is
When
about
you
me
say
with red.
LA and red, the first team that always comes to mind though is the
Angels.
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Their technical name is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Oh,
Which
of
Anaheim, California is not Los Angeles, but yes, it's the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Wait, but Drake, the year wasn't here when me and you were talking about how the Kings are the worst team in California. We actually went through and looked at all the history of every single team. We talking hockey, baseball, everything. Sacramento Kings have been the worst team ever in California.
Shout out Cincinnati Royals.
Hold on. Nah, you can't call them the Cincinnati Royals. They not the Royals no more. Fuck that.
No, look. My main thing is that so okay, this is a great topic to talk about. I've heard a lot of things over the past. I think it was 2 weeks ago when we were here. I think Dre, you probably heard it too. You hear about how the NBA wants to go to 32 teams as well as the NFL. So and also everyone wants the Cincinnati team back, and everybody wants Seattle. I think you don't have to do Cincinnati, but I need me a Seattle team back.
Seattle.
I need both.
Is it the Supersonics or just the Sonics?
Supersonics.
No, they're not going to be able to.
No, they're not going to be able to get that name.
Trademarks with the Oklahoma City Thunder because that was their pass.
You can buy that shit back, dumbass.
No. They're gonna have.
You can buy a
they're gonna have to do with what the Pelicans and them did. Remember the Charlotte Hornets and the Pelicans. The Charlotte Hornets the Bobcats turned into the Hornets. It was something weird. It was crazy. I don't know. The Pelicans used to be the Bobcats. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, the Pelicans used to be the Hornets, and then the Bobcats wanted to be the Charlotte Hornets, so they changed from the Bobcats to the Hornets, and they had to buy it back. But the Pelicans wanted to stay. It was some weird ass shit.
No, the Bobcats moved but the Bobcats went to the New Orleans Pelicans and then the Charlotte Hornets. No,
that's not how it happened.
Here, this is how it happened. Look, at first it was the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Then they moved
to the Bobcats.
You had the Bobcats, and then you had the New Orleans Hornets.
Yeah.
They wanted their name back because they changed their name to the Pelicans.
Yeah. So
for the State Birds, so then they got the name back.
Yeah, so then the Charlotte Hornets, so you have to do some hella weird shit like that. No, but yeah, it's like the Cincinnati Royals can't be a new thing because that was trademarked, and also the Memphis Grizzlies was an expansion team as well.
Yeah, they were the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah, with Vancouver. So it's like you can't get old names. Like a team can't go to Vancouver and be Vancouver Grizzlies. You can't do that because that's trademarked with that's their past.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's you can't have Cincinnati Royals because that's still technically a team because Sacramento Kings are that's their past. You know. So we can't have because Oklahoma City did turn into the Supersonics, so we can't have a Supersonics team. But I think Seattle should get a team. I think Cincinnati, we need a team. We got a soccer team now.
No, hell no. FC Cincinnati still not. It's not an international team. They don't go and fucking play over there in Europe and shit.
Yeah.
I would love to see us have an NBA team.
How do y'all feel about? They're talking about have another Canadian team. They might add one more out of Seattle or Cincinnati and then give Canada another one since they only have Toronto. Maybe another one.
I don't like it. Honestly, it's not even because.
Tell me why New York people are saying they want another basketball team.
They don't need another fucking basketball team.
Y'all got 2 basketball, 2 football, 2 baseball. Y'all got enough.
Hockey.
Look.
A hockey.
I wish California would ask for one. I'll punch you in your throat.
What team is this now?
With the Montreal Expos?
Yeah. What did they change? What did they change to? Think about where they were.
Okay. You gotta know where Montreal is, bro.
In Canada.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Nope. They're now the Washington Nationals. After the 2004 season, they moved from Canada to the United States capital and turned into the Washington Nationals.
Wow.
Wait, so they're in Washington D.C.?
Yeah, they're in Washington D.C.
But
the Washington
I was gonna say another big reason why they don't need another team in Canada. Look what happened with Vancouver.
So if a team went to Montreal and wanted to become the Montreal Expos, they would have to talk to the Nationals, is what I was saying. So it's even in other sports.
No, yeah.
Look what happened in
Vancouver. I don't know if you heard me. The point Dre about to make is that they never talk about because Canada, Toronto Raptors, they've had some great players of all time. They got some Hall of Famers over the history, but they finally got the first championship in 2019. And people are saying that if the NBA wants to expand to 32, maybe give Seattle one, give Cincinnati, give one back, but give Canada another back because it's national now. This people don't get. It's not just it's not for the United States.
It's international.
Yeah. It's international. Yeah. So the NBA is getting players from all over. You know what I mean? So. And maybe do give another team to Canada or something like that,
But here's
the
the
problem City Aztecs.
I know.
Then New Mexico wants a basketball team as well.
Mexico City Aztecs.
Oh my gosh.
That's ass, my God.
I know. We had.
You know what I'm talking about.
Canada has now become more of
NFL
a little bit of a basketball country now and everything. But I almost said state. I'm sorry. But look what happened with Vancouver. They didn't have a lot of people come to the games. A lot of people weren't like, oh, we want to come and watch.
But that's the point with Toronto winning a championship. It's gonna give Canada basketball vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to think with Toronto, they're already
where would you put it?
Toronto, probably back in Vancouver or.
No, they're not gonna be interested.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I'm saying like a lot of
Saskatoon.
No.
Shut up.
The Saskatoon Spartans.
No. My thing is that like so like Joey said, the crowd, but the Canadians are the one. You thinking the American wants them to go to Canada? No, we want another one here. But the Canadians are thinking that they want another one. You know.
Montreal.
So
that'd be a good one.
So yeah, but also St. Louis wants a team.
I know, but I'm saying like if you were to put another team in Canada,
Baltimore wants a team.
No.
So no, like seriously, like if you were the NBA commissioner, where would you want to put the team in Canada? Like Montreal, would you want to put them back in Vancouver?
My thinking, no,
Saskatoon.
put it. They have the perfect mix already with Toronto. Toronto's where they're gonna make the most money, you know. So it's like you want to put a team where you're gonna make money from. That's why.
Montreal's a big city.
So yeah,
Montreal's a big city.
Not gonna.
They don't have any sports teams
anymore.
They don't have right, and the Montreal Expos was huge before they moved. They moved because they wanted to, not because there was no fans. Like there was a huge outrage in 2004 when they moved.
And also the crazy part is I think Cincinnati needs one too, because the thing is the closest to us is Indiana Pacers. All the people I know that live around me, they go to the Pacers games more than the Cleveland Cavaliers because the Pacers games is closer. So it's like if we can get a Cincinnati team, if we can get a Cincinnati team, then you know I know for a fact to be popping.
Would you put it in Quebec? No.
Montreal and Quebec is like really.
Saskatchewan?
No.
Manitoba?
No.
None of those names, but yeah, I ain't got none of the names fit. No, I mean I'm saying like Baltimore wants a team, St. Louis wants a team, Cincinnati wants a team, Seattle wants a team. There's other places that want teams.
Shit.
I'm trying to think.
I think Kansas wants another one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else.
Yeah, I think they want a Kansas City something because they got a Kansas City in dinner every single sport except for basketball.
See, my point in putting a team in Canada is if you put them in like Quebec, the crazy thing about Quebec, like Quebec City, Montreal, is official language is French.
I've heard the crazy. No. Yeah, majority of Canada speaks French.
No.
English.
No, I'm saying.
Official language. That's their official.
Wait, no, but you're not getting it, bro. All Canadians I've met know how to speak French as well. I'm saying
they do speak, but the official
Quebec
language
is
in Quebec is French.
Yeah, you understand why?
No, you're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying like us. No, I'm saying
it used to be a French territory.
Yeah, I'm saying because majority all the people that says English because that's the majority. But I bet money there's 75% of the people that speak English also speak some French.
Yeah, well, yeah,
but
but the crazy thing is I think it's Quebec, Toronto, Quebec, Ontario,
Ontario.
Nova Scotia,
I think would be a good place for a team.
They call it.
And Alberta.
Ontario.
I think those are the four. When you get married in those four territories, you do 2 ceremonies, one in English and one in French.
Yeah.
I believe. I think it's those 4. I might be wrong.
Yeah. Like I know French is huge there because I met a lot of people that have transferred from Canada and go to travel teams, stuff like that, and they all know how to speak English and French. And they were my age when I was 11 and they could speak both.
I just feel like it'd be really cool to have a team in Quebec City or Montreal that their official language is French and get that diversity. You know what I'm saying? Where maybe the team speaking French on the courts. You imagine trying to listen to the other team say they plays and they over there speaking French and you're like, did they say pick and roll?
Honolulu, Hawaii wants a team.
Hawaii,
they're
they don't have any team. Their closest team is Sacramento.
No, but still, it's they want a team. Alaska wants a team.
That'd be lit.
That'd
be cold as hell,
they're still states. It's
there's they play football a little differently in Canada, American football.
No, they do. TD Barrett played Canadian football.
No, I'm saying in Alaska. It's completely. I think they only because there are not that many high schools. They don't have a lot of people in them, so I think they play 6-on-6 football. It's crazy. Something.
The Canadian football fields are longer and shit, wider. Yeah. Fuck that.
The goalposts are in the front of the end zone.
Yeah,
they're wider. You can start you'll see the receivers. They'll start 10 yards in the backfield and run up to the scrimmage as they're saying hut. You get a running start.
My thing, I feel like the goalpost gets in the way, bro.
Yes. No, people run into it.
You know, I'm saying like
I'll
you
see
throw it
highlights,
to the
he'll
back
run
of
a
the
little
end
slant
zone and
route.
dunk it. You hear me?
Yeah.
Try to throw it to the back of the end zone. You hit the upright. Like dunk it.
Can you imagine being a quarterback? You tell the dude to run a slant out, you drop back, and you just watch his ass just beam that. He looking at you and just mow and just smack into that goal. You like, ooh.
Rugby's in the front too, but also like I'm pretty sure with rugby when they score they gotta like put the ball down in the end zone.
And wherever you put the ball down, that's where you have to kick the field goal from.
Yeah.
So like if you running on the sideline and you score, you want to run to the middle of the end zone. And now that it don't count as a touchdown until you put the ball down. Yeah. So you got to run to the middle and put it down, or you can try to put it on the side and kick all the way from basically the sideline. You got to kick that field goal. It's crazy.
Yeah, like bro, sports around the world is wild.
Aussie football. If you wanna really get confused, watch Aussie rules football.
Oh, you talking about the Australian football?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Ben Simmons grew up playing that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Kyrie too.
Just try to understand that.
They hit the ball like this.
Yeah, like
you're just
like touchdown? No, what? Safety? But fuck it. Go that team.
Right, who won it? That's my team.
Yeah. But, what's the score? 75-36. God damn, they getting blown out. Oh, that's not a lot? What the fuck?
They have one touchdown?
Facts.
Moving on
you
to
said they up
another
106-2. How the fuck they still in this game?
Nice. Moving on to
that's
another
one
topic.
possession? It's still a one possession game?
Facts. How the hell?
All right, moving on to another topic. We're going to go to the NBA.
No, don't play.
Damn, okay. But how much is left in LeBron's tank?
So when I talk to Darren, I believe I believe it's still a lot. You know, like I said, LeBron, the last time he was the best player on the Lakers was 2019 when we didn't make the playoffs. Ever since Anthony Davis been on the team, he's the best player. You know, and LeBron said he's gonna play in the league until Bronny's there. He's a sophomore this year. Next year he's gonna be a junior. Then his senior year, then he has 1 year G League or college, depending on what he chooses. Then he's eligible to get drafted. So that's that's 4 or 5 years. LeBron will still have to continue to play. Now, to me, that's what I told you. I feel like the worst season we're ever gonna see from LeBron is like a 15-10-8 season. I think his last season in the league, he gonna be averaging like 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. I feel like that's what he gonna average in his last season ever playing in the NBA. And the thing is, I would say this if he was on the Timberwolves, if he went back to the Cavs, if he went to the Heat, it don't matter. Even though he's on my team, I still just believe that. You know, and also I know when Austin come back, he definitely is gonna want to talk about this because I know he has a lot of feelings. About the Lakers and stuff. But to me, it's no. I don't want to hear no LeBron slander because it's not LeBron's fault. You can't even blame it on AD. You know what I mean? And it was LeBron's first time losing in the first round. Jordan lost 3 times in the first round, and he the GOAT. You know, everybody called Jordan the GOAT. He lost 3 times in the first round. You know, it's 18 years into LeBron's career, he loses his first time in the first round.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and
18 years. And I brought up a point to Jeffrey. Next year, when he starts his first game with the Lakers, which will 99.9% be the first game of the year.
Yeah, and he changed his number and everything, so it's going to be. LeBron James changed his basketball. He's not wearing 23 for the Lakers no more. He changes it back to 6. So he's going to wear 6 for the Lakers next season.
But he's going to be, that's his 19th year in the NBA, and he got drafted at 18, so he's going to be spending more time in the NBA than not in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to think about. In that man's life, he spent more time in the NBA than
my thing is,
anything else.
Since Kobe passed away, if we actually look at it, he probably 18. He was in the league, I think, 20 years, and he was out the league 4 years. So he still was out the league longer. But yeah.
So he'd be the only person in the world to do that until he retires and it catches back up.
Yeah, until he retires and is out the league for 2-3 years or 5, depending on how long he goes. 5 years, then he'll catch back up. Yeah. But so if anybody, so basically what Dean's saying is that he was 18 years old. Like he went 18 years without being in the NBA. Then the first game of the year. Next year, that'd be 19 years of being in the NBA. So that means he had 18 years with not being in it, and then 19 in it. So that means majority of his life most of his life will be spent in the NBA.
Which is crazy to think about, that he spent that much time in the NBA. He has all these accolades, and the man's only 36.
Yeah, which in basketball, that is old.
That is old,
yeah.
But
and all
think about real terms. That's like your
midlife.
That's like your general manager.
Yeah.
I think my GM at Meyer where I work, my GM's like 30.
That's young to be a GM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
average GMs are like 40.
You think of 30-year-olds, they got, they're in their career job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's in his career job and stuff like that, but like he's gonna be how am I trying to put this? When he retires, he's gonna still have a full life in front of him.
And the crazy part is that
he's already spent majority of his life
on the pace that he's going. I mean, he already has the most career playoff points. So he already, even though losing the first round,
all time in points.
Yeah. So and he's top 5 in rebounds. Like he's gonna leave the NBA in first place in almost every single category. And to me, that's the GOAT. Yes. That's the greatest of all time. He's up there in assists. He's up there in rebounds. He's damn sure up there in points. It's like LeBron's really. I mean, he's a freak athlete. Me, I would take a 45-year-old LeBron on my team over, a lot of players in the league right now. So I think he does have a lot in his tank. Now, mind you, I know Austin's gonna have strong opinions, but the Lakers, LeBron didn't lose that. I mean, technically he lost because of the team, but it was not LeBron's fault. LeBron could have dropped 85 points and they still would have lost that game. I mean, lost the series because if we look, I'll put up on my phone the shooting averages. So when you look at the way the Lakers are built for LeBron James to drive and kick, Anthony Davis to get his post looks, and if he gets double teamed or if they help, he kicks. The shooters around LeBron and AD are damn near more important or just as important as LeBron and AD.
So you said he has about 5 years left, right?
Yeah. At least 5 because he has to wait for his son.
So he has to score 604 points a year or 7 points a game for the rest of his career to tie the points record. So if he scores more than 7 points every game for the next 5 years, if he plays 5 years, he'll break the record.
Yeah, which I think for LeBron, 7 points a game, doable. Mm-hmm. I mean, more than doable. Yeah,
that's weird. On Google, it's Kareem, Carl, you know what I'm saying? You see how their names are spelled? It's the only lowercase letter in LeBron's name is the E.
I need to find this so I can make my point with it. Oh, here it is. So look, so yeah, I know.
Are we still on?
Yeah. Lakers. No. So my thing. So we looked at. I was saying like, basically LeBron's gonna end his career being damn near. He's gonna be at the top of every single category.
I took the Kareem Abdul's career points, LeBron's. I subtracted them, got a number, divided it by 5 because that's how many years he says he has left. So in that 5 years, he has to score. Yeah, at least
he has to average 7 points per game.
7 points per game for the next 5 years to break the record.
Well, he's gonna get that.
Yeah, I'm saying he's gonna get the.
He's gonna get that.
7 points a game. That's all he needs.
No, but look, I was talking about this because I know Austin gets back. He's gonna make some. I think. When he gets back, he's gonna make some strong points. But look, I got this saying on how the shooters, the players around those two really are the ones that like lost the game. I mean, if you look it up, you guys remember Shanghai, the team on 2K. Like the Shanghai team, so everyone's now putting Kuzma in those jerseys, and they're saying that Kuzma needs to go to the Chinese basketball league and everything. So Kuzma's in talks to get traded because guys like Damian Lillard went out. The Russell Westbrook is about to be a free agent and stuff. So he could be a guy. Curry, all these guys that will trade. LeBron is willing to trade fucking everybody to get one of those guys. So that's my biggest point. Anthony Davis got hurt. Look, LeBron was playing the best he possibly could, but it was neither of their faults. So it was literally the shooters around him. Kuzma, we know how much he shoots. He shot 17%. That's terrible. Alex Caruso shot only 29.
He's looking like Lonzo Ball.
Wesley Matthews shot 28. Caldwell Pope, the go-to shooter, he shoots threes more than anybody on our fucking roster. Shot 21% from 3. Ben McLemore shot 33. He had the highest. He shot 33. Markieff Morris shot 25, and then Dennis Schroeder shot 31. And he was 0 for 9 in that game.
We might keep Ben McLemore, but I'm not for sure though.
Yeah. No, still, but like.
And Dennis Schroeder, but.
Yeah, so to me, it's not LeBron and AD's fault. You know what I mean? AD got hurt. Him and LeBron were both hurt already going into the game. They were both injured, going off injuries that haven't healed yet. Also, chemistry is a big thing. That Phoenix Suns team played together the whole entire year. You know what I mean? The crazy part is the only real additions that they had was Chris Paul. All Jay Crowder's been on there, and Jay Crowder and Chris Paul, but those two vets, you know, they're coming in. They know how to play with guys.
Yep.
You know, but then you know you got Sarge, you got Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, you got all these. Even Cameron Payne was on the team last year. You got all these guys who've been on the team for a little minute and have played together before, and they got chemistry. And then they played all 72 games together, damn near. And then you got the Lakers, so they're big four. You got Drummond, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Schroeder. All of them were on the court a total of 4 games out of 72 together before the playoffs.
Yep.
You know, it was like they had no team chemistry. They didn't really know how to play together. And like that, I mean, it shows, you know.
For sure.
But yeah, obviously the Anthony Davis injury and the shooting of our players in those games really is what lost us the series. But don't get me wrong though. Hey, now the Phoenix Suns are starting to turn it up, and you know they're putting on the Jets, and they're starting to, you know, they're putting the spanking on the Nuggets right now, and the MVP in the Nuggets. So yeah, but my thing is, I think, like I told you, I believe whatever team in the East makes it wins it. If it's Philadelphia,
we'll bring that up in a second.
Or if it's Brooklyn, whichever team in the East makes it wins it, because Phoenix Suns will not beat Brooklyn, and I don't think they beat Philadelphia either.
All right.
And Utah definitely doesn't beat neither of them.
All right, well, Jeffrey brought it up, so I'm going to go ahead and say what he was answering. I'm going to say the question that you answered, and that is, the question was, with the Lakers bounced out of the playoffs, is Brooklyn guaranteed a title? Because going into the playoffs, everybody was saying, Lakers, Brooklyn, finals, Lakers take it, all that, and they kept saying that all the time. A lot of people were saying that, and now that the Lakers are gone, is Brooklyn pretty much guaranteed the title?
Yeah, no, Brooklyn's number one on all power rankings, and I believe that they have a 75% chance of winning the championship. 23 of the percent is Philadelphia beating them in the next round. 2% is if one of those teams in the fucking West beats them. You know, that's Phoenix or, you know, Utah, or because my thing is in the West,
2% is milk.
The Nuggets to me have the best chance. The Nuggets have the best chance of beating Brooklyn and Philadelphia.
Yep.
In my opinion. But the Phoenix Suns are putting the spanking on them because of, look, here's my thing. Also going to say Chris Paul's this guy. To me, Chris Paul should be able to dominate G League players. That's what, you know who's going against, right? Both the two guards for the Nuggets right now, both were on their G League team damn near the whole season. Marcus Howard dominated in college. I'm pretty sure he went to Marquette. I believe this college he went to. And then Francisco, I forgot his Campazzo. He came from nowhere. Like this is his rookie season, and he's almost 30 years old.
Damn.
So it's like he came from overseas, and he was supposed to just be a G League. I'm pretty sure he's one of the players that they drafted and had to wait years to get him or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with him. But yeah, he was supposed to just be a G League player and work his way into the roster when he can, because it's supposed to be a championship roster. So the Jamal Murray injury hurt them, obviously. You know, they struggled they struggled against stopping Dame ball. That's why everyone's saying Dame wants out, because Damian Lillard was dropping 50s, 60s, 40s, 30s. He was giving buckets. But I mean, he was gonna do that anyway. You know what I mean? He's not going against Jamal Murray. He's not guarding. You know, he's not getting guarded by Jamal Murray. He's not getting guarded by a top tier guard. He's getting guarded by guys that, if the starting 2 point guards were healthy, because also what's his name? He's number 5 for the Nuggets. He plays small forward, and he's the backup point guard.
It's not Will Barton, is it?
Yeah, Will Barton. Yeah, he's a point guard on the team. He's hurt. So yeah, the two guys that are playing point guard is Campazzo and Marcus Howard, and both of those guys were G League players, two-way players at the beginning of the season, and then with the 2 injuries, now that they got to play. You know what I mean? So like, that's a downfall. But at the same time, the Phoenix Suns are cooking though. Devin Booker I remember everyone saying like,
that man is a man among boys. Right,
you know, like as of right now in playoff play, I've seen a lot of people put him over Luka as a future star and stuff like that. Which I don't know about that, because I mean Devin Booker is older. I think Luka probably have a better career at the end. But as of right now, Devin Booker is a better player. Devin Booker is cooking. Devin Booker is eating. You know, LeBron gave him the stamp of approval and stuff like that. You know, so I think Suns are tough, and so are Utah. You know, but in my opinion, I think everyone's just scratching their head, because to me, if I'd have told you, De'Aaron, 2 years ago, or no, last year, that it's the Clippers versus the Jazz. And then it was Phoenix versus the Nuggets, and then I was like, okay, who making the conference finals? You'd be like, oh, Clippers Nuggets. You feel me? You'd have said it easily, and you'd have been like, and then I think the Clippers would probably take that, or the Nuggets would probably take that, depending on what side you choose. But now it's like both of those teams are underdog. Like it's 1 and 2 seed versus what is this? I think the Clippers are 6 or 3, and I think they're 3. And then so it's like, you know what I mean? Like
the
it's
Clippers is they're 3.
yeah, they're 3, and then
No, Clippers are 6.
yeah, because Dallas are 3.
Yeah.
And so but so they're the big underdogs. Like both of these teams are supposed to lose, and I mean the way it looks, they are. Like I'm pretty sure the Nuggets are down 2-0, and then hold on. I'm pretty sure the Nuggets are down 2-0.
Phoenix is up 1-0 right now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, 2-0. And they play today. Game 3 today.
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah, Phoenix is up 2-0 against them in Game 3 tonight at 10. And then the Clippers tie it. Oh, and the Clippers are down 2-0. Yeah, so but all he has to do is click the joint when he wants to. So it's like both teams are down 2-0, and like to me, it's gonna be an entertaining West Conference Finals. Once again, but I feel bad for Utah. I really do, cause I remember talking on a podcast. Utah for the past years have been a 6 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed, been in that range, and which is bad for them because they'll be that and they'll get bounced first round. When they were, I'm pretty sure they were 3 seed like 3 years ago or something like that.
Wait, what's the team you just named?
Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz. Speaking of them, I hate to switch subjects on you. You was going, but I have to throw the question out there. And that question, I didn't even tell you on the phone because I wanted your raw reaction. Is Rudy Gobert overpaid or a smart investment?
Smart investment. He's defensive player of the year.
So you say he's a smart investment. You think they gave him the right amount of money?
I mean, it's just like to me, if that this you guys don't get. Cause you don't really watch basketball. You just know about the online shit. So he looks bad because the COVID shit. Rudy Gobert is the best defensive big man in the fucking NBA.
Yeah,
he shuts down Anthony Davis. He's shutting down the MVP.
But is he Supermax?
Okay, so
is he the best Supermax defensive player?
If you now listen, I want you to answer your own question. So let's say
Hey Jeffrey,
what?
Can I see your
Yeah. Now, so let's say Rudy let's say it's any center. Let's say it's a center on your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's very dominant on defense, defensive player of the year, and he goes up against the MVP, the best player in the whole entire NBA, and he's locking him up. And he locks him up, and your team wins 2 straight games. Is he Supermax or no?
What do you do on the offensive side?
Catches lobs, but this is what I get. Big men don't need to score. They don't.
I know, but
at all.
But like in this day and age,
that's what I'm talking about. In this day and age, they don't at all. He doesn't need to score.
I got you, Jeffrey. Look, if you have a top,
see, that's why I'm not answering the question because I don't follow basketball enough. So I'm letting y'all.
Like,
if you have a top, what would you say Donovan Mitchell is? What, a top?
Donovan Mitchell, what, as a shooting guard or as a player?
First as a shooting guard.
Oh, top 5. He's top 5 shooting guards in the league.
If you have a top 5 shooting guard in the league,
I'd probably say top 15 overall.
Top 15 player in the league, and then have
and he's young, bro. Just like his 3rd year in the league.
Some monsters coming out there shooting threes and everything.
You got shooters around him. You have a big man.
Do you really need your big man to score if everybody else is going ahead and score?
Right, but you're giving him almost $300 million and he don't even have to score. Shit, I'll take that every day of the week.
Okay, but look,
like, I don't fault Rudy Gobert, but I'm saying like they're giving him a lot of money.
They are,
they're giving him a lot.
It's important that they're giving him a lot of money because he needs to be there to rebound and he has to defend their best.
Look, he had 10 and 12 game 1. You have Donovan Mitchell getting 45. You have Jordan Clarkson 6 man of the year. I mean, mind you, they have the 6 man of the year. He's coming in getting 18. You got Boban, a shooter, getting 18. You got Royce O'Neal, a power forward, out there getting 8 and 11. You know, like he doesn't need to score the ball at the highest clip, but can he? Of course he can. He's big as shit. Okay, look, 13 points but 20 rebounds. That's Rudy Gobert.
So would you have gave Dennis Rodman a Supermax if he was in the NBA today?
Yes, if all I had was Jordan, I didn't have Pippen on my team, I just had shooters, and I'm not gonna afford giving him and Jordan Supermax. Hell yeah, I would. Definitely, 100%. I wouldn't even think about it.
Because you gotta think, if you can't stop the other team's big man, it's over. Like that's exactly why the Lakers lost. And it sucks to say, but Andre Drummond wasn't stopping DeAndre Ayton. He was not stopping DeAndre Ayton. Once Anthony Davis went down, well,
So
DeAndre Ayton said, "Oh, it's time to eat."
14 points per game, which they said was 65th in the NBA, but he's second in rebounds with 13.5. He's first. I know he's first in blocks with 2.7 blocks per game, and I mean he gets 0.6 steals, but still he's Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA. Like he actually got it this year. So yeah, so it's like their team got 2 awards. So us, like we said, they have a top 5 shooting guard in the NBA, and he's super young. He's young as hell. Rudy Gobert is young as well, and he got Defensive Player of the Year, and then you got the 6th man of the year. I know he's in his 20s.
He's in his late 20s. I know he's in the late 20s.
He's 28. Yeah, it says right here. Yeah, he's 28. So like, but still, like that's still like he still got years to go. Especially if he's not like he's not one of them crazy guys that jumping up and down, like jumping in the air, going crazy. You know, he's not like Giannis and them who have a good chance of getting injured. He's more of a conservative type big that just gets rebounds, blocks shots, dominates in the paint. So like that, like. A guy who reminds me so much of him, and if he stays on the team he's on, he's going to get Supermax the next 2-3 years, and that's Jared Allen. Jared Allen's on the Cavaliers. He's the best player on the Cav right now, you know, besides Colin Sexton. But still, he's a defensive big. LeBron tried to dunk on him, blocked it. KD tried to dunk on him, blocked it. I mean, he goes up with anybody.
He's dunked on Giannis. He's blocked Giannis.
You know, it's like and then he's also young. Like, so yeah, I think Rudy Gobert definitely deserves Supermax. I mean, he's the. And some people like he's the most important player on the team, but in mine, I think he's second most important. And he's on the best team in the NBA right now, record-wise.
So, answer the question, smart investment.
Very smart investment. Very smart investment for the team.
Smart investment.
Because they locked. Now, do I think he needs to be paid more than Anthony Davis and them? No, but at the same time, that's not his fault. That's not the Jazz fault that that's the most they're paying Anthony Davis. Right. But Anthony Davis is on the team with other superstars.
Right. All right. So we're gonna switch topics up here as we start. You know what? No, Austin, back on the call. Are you back, Austin?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get you back
the
into these.
One.
Yeah. All right. So the question that you missed that I wanted to ask you is: with the LA Lakers bounced out of the playoffs, is the Brooklyn Nets guaranteed an NBA title?
Probably no. Because not only will they still have to survive the East, which, I mean, they probably have the easiest walk to the final.
I think they're going to win 4-1 against Milwaukee. So
yeah. But the Eastern Conference Finals is still, I mean, this playoffs is, we've seen shit that we have never seen before in the NBA playoffs. LeBron's lost in the first round. That's never happened. The Utah Jazz and the Denver Nuggets are still in it. The Phoenix Suns are still in the playoffs in the West.
The Clippers came back and beat Dallas in 7. That was crazy.
I mean, it's never over. This playoffs is definitely not over.
But I don't know, bro. Seeing James Harden in the finals, we know what Kyrie do in the finals. We know what KD do in the finals, but we never seen James Harden in the finals before, bro. Yep. So he's gonna be on different. So, like Austin, this is what I said. I said they got a 75% chance winning. The 23% is Philadelphia beating them. The 2% is Utah and Phoenix, finding a way to beat the Brooklyn Nets. But my biggest thing is that to me, the two teams that had the best chance of beating them, and by playing style and by defense, gotta be Philadelphia. And I think the Nuggets can outshoot them if it comes down to it. But the Clippers is the best defensive team, so they can win as well.
Probably, but one of their best players, they're missing Jamal Murray.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's why, to me, Chris Paul's amazing and Devin Booker's amazing stats don't matter to me as much because both of them are going against G League guards. The two guards that they have playing right now, both were signed as two-way players on the roster until Jamal Murray got hurt. Marcus Howard is a rookie that just got drafted from Marquette in the second round and was a G League player, and then he just got signed. And then Campazzo, thing is, he was signed just to play for preseason on the team, just preseason, and he played solid in preseason, so he made the active roster as a two-way player. Then Jamal Murray goes down and have to sign both of Jamal Murray and Will Barton goes down, both of the point guards on the team. So both of them have to get signed, play in the playoffs against two really tough guards. You know what I mean? So it's just tough for them. And I mean the MVP, he can't do as much anymore than he's doing. It was the same thing with LeBron and AD. They couldn't play any better than what they were doing. They were both playing hurt. both playing their hardest, but they lost the game because of the shooters around them. And I think that'd be the same thing. I think Phoenix literally has the best shot to make it to the finals, but I think it's 4-0, like, or 4-1 if they go against Brooklyn in the finals. I don't think it's gonna be a long finals. I think Miami is gonna win more games against LA than they will. I think they'll get one game.
We're also counting out the Clippers.
Yeah.
I don't believe
I think
Clippers.
we're counting the Clippers and the Nuggets also because they're down 2-0. You know, both of them are down 2-0. You know what I mean? Like that's not good odds right now. The number one seed is.
The Clippers were down 2-0 in the last series they played.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the Clippers because the Clippers are snake bitten. They ain't making it to the finals. They can't. They're cursed.
Look, here's the thing. The Clippers in the series against Dallas was down 2-0 and won the series in 7.
Yeah.
They're now also down 2-0 again, and you can't count them out. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and I'm not saying it's a guarantee for the Clippers, but all the Clippers need is Paul George to start playing basketball because so far
the second best player on that team right now is Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is the second best player on the club. He's way better than Paul George ever wished he could be in the playoffs. Paul George is playing terrible.
If Paul George wakes his ass up and stop playing WNBA and actually play some NBA basketball.
All right. You brought this up.
They keep getting hit with one of these.
Nah. Playoff P is a real thing.
There is an unpopular opinion that Kawhi Leonard isn't the best player on the Clippers. It's actually Paul George. How do y'all feel about that?
In the regular season, y'all believe that?
No, what?
And
that's just what
I'm saying.
I was just like, what the hell?
No,
that's just what an unpopular opinion was saying.
In the regular season, I would say Paul George is better. He plays more games because we know how Kawhi loads managements a lot. He doesn't play too many games in the race. But it's 72. I'm gonna play about 36. You know what I mean? Like that's his mindset. You know what I mean? Paul George is a dog in the regular season, but in the playoffs, Paul George can't turn it on. Paul George is horrible with pressure. He had to guard Damian Lillard with a couple seconds left. Damian Lillard waved him off the court. You know what I mean? So he's never good in the playoffs. He never has, never will. You know, it's just.
I bet the same people that said that dumb shit that fucking Paul George was the best player on the Clippers is the same people that said that Rajon Rondo was the reason the Lakers won the title last year.
Right. I'm still it is a bad look. You know, every single player that the Lakers let go and not tried to re-sign are all still in the playoffs. Dwight Howard and Danny Green are both with the 76ers. They're still in the playoffs. Rondo is with the Clippers.
For you guys.
So
there has been and this was reported on First Take.
JaVale McGee on the Nuggets.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This has been reported on First Take by Stephen A. Smith himself that the Portland Trailblazers may be in talks with trying to acquire Karl Anthony Towns. But with the news that just broke about Damian Lillard possibly wanting out of Portland.
No, he does. He does. He does.
But would you stay if Portland was able to acquire Big Cat?
No.
Now you have Damian. You have CJ McCollum, and you have Karl Anthony Towns with you.
Do not bring up CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is he literally choked in the playoffs, and he has every single year that they've made it. Like he played. He's just like he's Paul George. You know, they play amazing, but once that pressure's on, they just can't get it going. But my main thing is that Paul George wants out because he was making comments the whole entire season long saying that my loyalty is what hurts my career. My loyalty, you know, I gotta start letting shit go. I gotta start moving on with my life. That's what he was saying during the playoffs. After they were losing to the Nuggets, he was saying, you know, my loyalty is what hurts my career. You know, I need to start moving on with my life and shit like that. And what does that mean? He's tired of Portland. He's tired of constantly putting them on his back, taking them there, and couldn't get nothing done.
I know that Dame wants to leave. We all know that he wants to leave. I'm saying if they were able to acquire Karl Anthony Towns, who would be a number 2 solidified star to him, would that be able to persuade him to stay instead of leaving?
To me, the center that the Portland Trailblazers already has is better than Karl Anthony Towns. Because no, let me talk. But Damian Lillard literally says he loves Nurkic because Nurkic is he's a hard-headed dog. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna foul you. He's gonna lean on you. He's gonna bump you. He's gonna push you. He's just gonna dog you out on the court when he's healthy.
All right.
You know, but Cat isn't like that. Cat plays like don't touch me. You're sweaty. You know what I mean? He's more like soft out there. You know, he's not a dominant. He's not dominant at all. When we say he's soft as fuck, yeah,
all right.
he say he's softer than wet
Real
tissue.
quick, let's take a little exit on this highway, get some gas, and then we can get right back on this highway, because I was looking at Twitter for 1 second and I saw this. All right, Stephen A. Smith on ESPN Get Up today. This was tweeted 4 hours ago. So today on ESPN Get Up, Stephen A. Smith says this. Stephen A. Smith says he does not want to hear about Karl Malone or John Stockton because Donovan Mitchell is the best player in the history of the Jazz organization.
He just said that for clicks.
No, but hey,
Wow.
But back to what I was,
that could
back to what I was
potentially
saying,
be true. No, but Karl Towns isn't one of them in that series against because he can't guard. He's not gonna be able to guard Jokic. You know he's not, and Jokic don't got to worry about guarding him because Jokic don't guard the best center on the team. He just.
Well, here's what I'm saying.
They damn near run an old man's zone. You know how old men play in the wall. We just rotate and switch all the time. That's how another play.
Yusuf Nurkic last year averaged 13 points and 9 rebounds.
Right.
Karl Towns averaged 24 and 10.
Right.
I mean, that's a significant upgrade in points per game plus an upgrade in rebounds per game. Even though, I mean, Big Cat does have the reputation of being softer, but, I mean, his rebounds per game speak for themselves. He still goes up and gets in fights.
But at the same time, to me, they're going to have to trade away the guy who pretty much won them the first game besides Dame, and that's Norman Powell. You know, I think Norman Powell's a dog. I love his game. I respect his game a lot. He got to go. Their youth probably has to go. You know, they probably have to give away a Fernie Simons or give away, you know, like one of the young guys that are really important in the rotation to get him. But me, I don't think Cat changes. You know, to me, a big block, but because so I've seen a lot of things about Bradley Beal going to the Lakers. I've seen Russell Westbrook go to the Lakers. I've seen the thing about Damian Lillard leaving and potentially making his way to the Lakers. I've seen, obviously, we all seen the Curry stuff. You know, I've seen a lot of different things about where players can land and stuff like that. And to me, one of those players, any of those players I just named, out of Russell Westbrook, Dame, Bradley Beal, you know, all the guys, they changed that series. We beat Phoenix if we add that addition. You know, now Portland adds a Bradley Beal and they trade away CJ McCollum. They win that. I mean, they have a better chance to win that series.
Because we know Bradley Beal's not gonna.
Choke.
I like CJ McCollum.
Yeah, he chokes
I love him. I love him to death.
Yeah, I love his game,
he's
bro.
He's not it. He's not that guy.
To me,
to be.
He's a Jordan Clarkson, bro. He could be a 6th man of the year. You feel me? He's no, get me wrong. He's a bucket. He's a dog. But putting him in the fire, having him in the fire, is not the best thing for
burned.
you. You know,
burned.
yeah.
So you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. He's getting burned right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's his biggest downfall with his game. But if you had him be like, you get a Bradley Beal, and you have him be like your 6th man, I think he can come in with that second group and really excel, be the leader of the second group, and really dominate and help you get a push to win games. Now, that's some people. Okay, so some people's biggest thing is that talks that DeAndre Jordan and will potentially be healthy enough to play about time finals come around if the Brooklyn Nets make the finals. So that gives them a little more bench depth. We see Bruce Brown actually playing good. But my thing is that, hey, that's the only way. But I mean, the Suns are the same. The Suns don't really have no real pieces off the bench. Devin Booker, Ayton, and Chris Paul, and Bridges and Crowder, their starting lineup is their guys. You know, I mean, with them 5 now on the court is shaky. You know, besides Cameron Payne could come in and get some buckets too. But I think DeAndre Jordan will help because I think, to me, Nicholas Claxton is the best center on the Brooklyn Nets. But the lineup that they've been running, Nicholas Claxton's been on the bench. You know, they've been running Blake Griffin at the 5. Well, technically Anthony Davis, but Kevin Durant, but still. But yeah, so I don't know. I definitely think the Nets are probably the favorite if they can make it past Philadelphia. But I can see Philadelphia, you know, exposing the weakness of them and dominating in the paint with Joel Embiid. Because I don't think KD can't guard him. Blake Griffin can't guard Joel Embiid. Nicholas Claxton, I don't think he can guard him either. DeAndre Jordan can't even guard him. You know, so Joel Embiid, and the paint is sweet versus them. The Celtics were getting backdoor cuts left and right, here and there. The game they won was the game that they were getting to the rack. All the games that the Celtics lost is when they were trying to outshoot. You can't outshoot the Nets. They got the best three-point shooter in the NBA with Joe Harris. They got Kyrie. They got KD and James Harden, bro.
They got ISO gang.
You know, you're not outshooting them, and that's what the Celtics try to do. That's why the Celtics did not do so well.
The thing, I believe that the Bucks can actually take them to 6 or possibly even 7.
Yeah. They got to turn it up, bro.
Y'all turn it
up a lot.
It's scary. it's scary because you got to think.
If they play like they did in the first round, they were untouchable. Like it was like the Heat didn't even have a chance. I mean, they got swept for a reason.
But if they turn it up, they're going to go 9 times out of 10. They're going to go to 7. Yeah. Especially since James Harden's not playing. You have Giannis who's going to go get his buckets.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton has to play how he was playing in the first round.
And if Brent Forbes can continue to, because Brent Forbes, he had 62 points in the first round total, then total all over, and Jimmy Butler only had 58. So he outscored the best scorer on the Heat, and he's like the 4th option on the team. I mean, Drew Holiday's still playing as well as he can. He's defending, getting steals. He's still doing what he does. Yeah. So he's got to keep doing that. Giannis needs to step it up. Yeah, Chris Middleton needs to step it up.
It's not even Giannis. It's Chris Middleton.
I'm stepping up.
Yeah, it's like a lot. Like if the Bucks can step up, they could take Brooklyn to 7. But to me, I told this also when we also playing the game. I think 76ers will be in the championship, and here's why. They had the easiest route, bro. I mean, yeah, they lost game 1 to Atlanta, but I mean, let's be honest. They played Washington first round. Obviously, they were going to play the 8 seed, so they played the 8 seed, and then they played 4 or 5, which 4 or 5 was Knicks or Hawks. You know what I mean? Like to me, the 7th and 6th seed were tougher than the 4 and 5. The Celtics and Heat are way tougher than those two teams. So I think Philadelphia will probably win like 4-1, 4-2 against them. Have a lot of momentum going into it, and then they'll have a chance to knock them off. I think they have a chance to knock off Brooklyn next, especially let's say I hope not, but if an injury or something happened to those 2 injury prone players, and KD and Kyrie, I can see the Sixers making it to the championship, and I would love if Ben Simmons wins a ring, because I want to hear I want to hear everybody talk about how I want to hear everybody say he can't shoot, but he got a ring though. He was one of the best players on the team that got a ring. That's my biggest thing, because I love Ben Simmons.
So where's my phone? Are we still on NBA talks, or are we switching subjects?
I mean, we still are, but I mean, if you got another topic to bring up, we can talk about it.
Well, I just want to talk about the fight that happened on Saturday. We'll start with the earlier fights and Chad Johnson getting knocked down in the last round. He got back up immediately.
We gotta say this.
Nigga.
Look, he was holding his own until the last 45 seconds. Once he got knocked down, then it was over.
It's some other people that were saying that Chad Johnson fought scared. Like he would throw a couple punches and then literally run away. There was one like he threw a hook and then literally turned and ran away.
Yeah, like it was a clip where he like literally turned his back and like full sprinted away. I think it's one of these. Hit him and then I'm pretty sure he turned his back and ran.
Well, you also got to understand that Chad Johnson has never fought a professional fight before, and he was fighting somebody that's been fighting since he was 18.
No, so you're not getting it. To me, so, don't run that mouth then. For me, like that's like me talking to Tiger Woods. Like I beat the fuck out of you in golf, and then go out there like, guys, respect. I don't play golf. Well, why was I talking shit like I play golf? You feel me? Like you don't do that. He was talking. I saw I Am Athlete. Me and TC was talking about it. He was on the phone with somebody. He was like, I'll beat all y'all ass in that house. He said, I hit your ass in the forehead. I'll break your nose. And then he was also talking stuff to Maxwell, saying that like he like this is going to be his career. He used to box all the time. That's how he got good at football. He trained box and stuff like that. So it's like he talked a lot about it. But to me. To me, my favorite thing in the world is when cocky guys get knocked down. That's exactly what happened. He was very cocky going to the fight. Once again, he was holding his own. Don't get me wrong, he was holding his own. But I mean, by the way he was talking, when the whole time he fought, was okay. He gonna knock Brian Maxwell out. Like that's how he was talking. That's what I'm thinking. And when he was holding his own, he was standing the fight. I was like, okay, I'm like he did exactly what he said. Then he got knocked down, and then the rest of the fight, he was scared. You could tell like he was like, because I mean, obviously, if you get knocked down by somebody, especially in a boxing match, that's everybody's gonna be timid. It takes those different type of boxer, because I damn near buy every fucking pay-per-view of boxing. That's my dad's favorite sport is boxing. So I grew up watching a lot of boxing. So I take those different guys. So yeah.
So Chad had a good game plan going in. Yes, it looked like he was running a little bit, but no, he was fighting on the defense most of the time because he's never been an experienced fighter. He's never been in a professional fight before. It's different between being in a street fight than being a professional fight.
I mean, that's obvious. But at the same time, running like full defensive fighters don't run. A defensive fighter is a counter puncher. That's defensive fighting, which means you wait, you sit there and you time each swing, you weave, you bob, you move. But at the same time, you're timing their hits. Did he do that? Yeah, that hook that I just showed you guys. That's what he did. Brian Maxwell threw a jab. He under it. hooked. After the hook, did he duck out? Did he move out? No, he turned his back, dropped both his gloves, and football sprinted like he was running a route away from him. Turned, and then he heard him turn back.
I don't recall that happening, but I do.
I'll show it right now.
There was multiple times where Byron Maxwell would charge Chad. He would hit
him in the back of the head,
against the rope,
and it ran.
He would dodge. He would lean back, dodge a punch, and he would get a solid punch. And if you look at the highlights between the first 3 rounds, there were all significant shots that were thrown by Chad Johnson.
So he sent it to you.
I sent it to your Instagram.
It's the second one, Austin.
He like because Brian Maxwell did like hammer fist and hit him in the back of the head, which I mean it's an exhibition. It's not like for me. It's like it's illegal. It's illegal punches, but it's a football player fighting. That's what you expect. But anyway, it's like after he did it, when Brian Maxwell started swinging back, he turned his back, dropped his gloves, and started like running away, and then he eventually like turned back and it was back into the fight. But still, like I'm giving him all the credit in the world. Because, I mean, I think, to me, Logan Paul, I mean, obviously we all know who won that fight, but Logan Paul got the biggest W at the end of the day because Floyd Mayweather said he was going to knock him out. Didn't. I mean, I know we all saw the clip where supposedly he knocked him out, held him up or whatever, but still, I mean, Logan lasted all 8 rounds with the greatest fighter of all time, 50-0, most paid fighter to ever fight, stuff like that, you know, he was able to last. Was it for the money? Hell yeah. Logan Paul said it was for money, and Floyd both said we fought for the money. So I mean, yeah, like it was for the money, but it was entertaining. It was funny to watch. It was hilarious. I enjoyed myself watching it.
Commentators were staring into Logan Paul the whole time, though. That's what made me laugh. At one point, when he was throwing a series of punches at the end of round 1, to me, it was like, well, there goes all the technique out the window. Like I was
to me,
dying.
At the same time, everyone can tell you this. Floyd took that fight and called Logan out because he was scared because Mike Tyson wanted to do an old man fight. Mm-hmm. Mike Tyson broke Roy Jones Jr.'s wrist. He had Roy Jones like this.
Yeah, well,
after the fight.
Remember, we was at your house at the fight. Remember, we was capping on him the whole time because he was in the interview like this, like
he broke his ribs, bro. And Floyd didn't want another fight. Tyson wanted to do from we both older. We're old man. Let's fight like I did with Roy. He didn't want none of that. Floyd didn't want that. And then, you know, Pacquiao still boxes, right? And he still does professional boxing matches still to this day. He wanted his rematch against Floyd. Floyd didn't want that. And then Costello's one of my favorite boxers to ever box. He has 1 draw and 1 loss. That draw was very controversial. It was a win for him. Like he literally was holding his arms up and because he thought he won, and they called a draw. Then his only loss to the Floyd Mayweather, and he still boxes to this day. And he's a champion and everything. He wants to fight Floyd. I mean, if you have 1 loss, you want to because he rematched the guy he took the draw to, knocked him out. You feel what I'm saying? And Costello has never touched the mat before, ever. Like, he's not, nobody's ever been able to make him, he never got knocked down a day in his life. When he fought Floyd did not knock him down. He won power punches, but Floyd had more, he hit more, so he won the decision. Yeah, he had more hits total, but Costello had a better percentages, accuracy, and everything, and that. So I wanted to see that. I wanted him to fight Costello more than anything, but he took a fight that he knew he would win. And then they got very disrespectful with each other, you know, before the fight. And Floyd said, "I'm gonna knock him out." And he talked about my wife and my family. I'm gonna knock him out. And then obviously it didn't happen. So yeah, I think it was a big dub for Chad. Obviously Chad doesn't look as bad as Nate Robinson did, because Nate Robinson was asleep. But at the same time, Nate Robinson called Jake out, and it got knocked out. But he didn't do too much talking at the beginning. Ocho Cinco was doing all the talking. I'm thinking he about to go out there. I'm about to see Ali Part 2. That's what I'm thinking. You know, like,
yeah, but Chad Johnson talks a lot.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. So,
as a Steelers fan, you should have known he's going to talk no matter what.
Yeah.
Send Ike Taylor and them Pepto-Bismol because they're going to get sick of guarding him. Like,
yeah, so it's just like, yeah, I knew he was going to talk, but at the same time, it felt good to see him get knocked down. But at the same time, I don't like what Brian Maxwell did. He was talking hell shit on Twitter and stuff. I was like, bro, if you never fought Ocho Cinco, nobody would know who the fuck you are. Like, who are you? Like, you Ocho Cinco just made your dumb ass. Like, yeah, you knocked him down, cool, clap it up for you, but he just made you the rest of your career. Mm-hmm. We're all gonna follow you and watch to see what you do when you become a champion. Oh, that's the guy that fought Ocho. Feel me? You will forever be known as who knocked down Ocho. Like, that's like what? He made your career. You never fought him. I wouldn't know him. Would you know him? Mm-hmm. Would you know who he was? Right. So
I didn't know he was fighting.
But yeah, I didn't know the guy's name until the fight started.
Speaking of the fight and stuff. On the way to the ring, Floyd Mayweather was wearing some some clothes out to the ring, and there was one article of clothing that caught my eye and almost made me hit the floor laughing so hard. And that man was wearing an OnlyFans hat. How much money did OnlyFans give that man to wear a hat?
I think that's his. I think he owns OnlyFans. I think that's his business because him or he has a percentage of it because him and all his whole coaching staff, all of them had it. Like they came, all like his ringside, they all had it too. Yeah, OnlyFans. I mean, did you see the interview? He literally has Prada bag. He literally has he has millions of dollars worth of female items in his house. So when girls come over and he does what he got to do with them, they can go home with something like that. He literally owns like strip clubs and everything. Like he owns that. Like
I know,
that's his
but
stuff.
it's
So
just,
I'm saying
it was just a little article clothing.
Look.
I saw the Mayweather on the cap, and then I saw the OnlyFans with the lock, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he owns
but
OnlyFans or if he
you gotta
partially
think,
owns it or
though.
something.
When we were younger, we watched him fight the Big Show. What they say his name was? Floyd, aka what Mayweather?
Money. Yeah, it's all about money.
He got so much fucking money. He made money rain down into the stadium. Come on. That's kind of.
But it's
No,
just how
that's
much
what I
money
said.
did he get paid?
That's what I
if
said,
he don't
no.
own it, how much money did they pay him to wear them hats?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when I said he's record-wise, he's the greatest boxer of all time, and he's the most paid boxer to ever box. And he said he loves talking about that. He loves talking about. He took boxing from a different angle than everyone else did. Everybody else took it as I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker on the planet because I'm a champion. He took it as the more fights I win, the more money I get. I don't give a fuck about no championship. I don't give a fuck about who I fight as long as I'm making my money. And then, I mean, look, he fought Conor McGregor. You know how much money he made off that? He made $30K. You know, he made $30K. Like it was still a whole entire month before the fight started. So in the first pre-fight, he made over 30 million. He made over $30 million in the pre-fight stuff. The fight didn't even start yet. They're just talking back and forth. He made 30 mil. So imagine when everybody bought the pay-per-view and while we were live watching the fight, how much money he made.
Mm-hmm.
And Logan Paul made a bag too.
Yeah.
Like they all made their money.
Speaking of the Pauls, Jake or Logan, who you guys got in a fight? Jake or Logan?
I mean, they actually do spar, and Logan beats Jake's ass every single time. But to me, for some reason, I don't know what it is. But big brothers always be little brothers. It's something. It's something about you fight your little brother harder, you fight anybody else in your life. Little brothers always got a little fear. That's how it is. So Logan beats him up. But obviously, as a career, Jake's better. Jake's 3 knockouts. You know what I mean? And I mean, big fighters want to fight him. Like it's a boxer. His name is like something Castro or something like that. He's been calling Jake out this whole time. But Jake wants to fight obviously UFC fighters because Tyron Woodley has more knockouts with his feet and slams than he does fists. So that's who he wants to fight. He knows he has a better chance of beating him in boxing than anything else.
I have more respect for Logan than Jake Paul.
I mean, of course.
Because of that, it's like you gonna call out.
But with Tyron Woodley, if he knocks out or beats Tyron Woodley, I think he gets respect. I think he earns your respect, earns everybody because Tyron Woodley is still a motherfucker you don't fuck with. Like you feel me? But he might not be a boxer, but you don't fuck with him. You know, he gonna knock your ass out. You know,
it's still different. You train in boxing, he does UFC and shit.
Right.
To me, if you wanna be a boxer, a real boxer, you need to go fight real fucking boxers.
In the UFC, they start on the ground.
No.
Do they start on the ground in UFC?
No.
Do they wear gloves in the UFC?
Yes.
Do they swing their fist in the UFC?
Yes.
So he still knows how to fucking box.
No, bro. Tyron Woodley is still the favorite at the end of the day. No, the main thing is Tyron Woodley is a big step up from Ben Askren to Tyron Woodley. That's a humongous step up, especially in boxing.
He's getting there.
Yeah, no.
He wants to work his way into boxing.
Logan's Logan who wants to be a professional. Jake's doing it just because it's fun. Jake said he's out boxing because it's fun. Logan's the professional.
Who was Jake Paul's first fight?
Desi, KSI little brother.
KSI little brother, a fucking YouTuber. Then he fights NBA player in Nate Robinson. Then
Who called him out, by the way.
Who called him out?
Then he fought a retired UFC fighter who actually was successful.
Who actually
knocked him out. Now he's fighting a champion.
Now he's fighting a legitimate UFC fighter.
A real world champion.
He's making his way. He's slowly going. He's learning the game of boxing. He just started boxing 3 years ago?
No, but you can't play boxing. Remember that.
No, you can't. No,
that's why
he's learning the game of boxing.
And that's Floyd's shit. You can't play boxing.
Facts. But that's what. But
Ocho can't play boxing.
He just started 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't no way he's gonna take a fight against a fucking boxing. I wouldn't take a fight against a boxing champion.
I just started 3 years ago. That's why you start lower than that.
That's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing.
No, I'm not saying not YouTubers and all that shit. I'm saying you go up against guys who are also boxing who just fucking started this shit.
No.
Nah, I don't know about that. Not gonna look because my boy
Logan Paul.
My boy Ryan Garcia.
0-3.
Ryan Garcia is just now on a professional. He was just an amateur, and he's already damn near 20-something to know. You know what I mean? Same thing with Devin Haney. Devin Haney just came from amateur up. You know, he's undefeated. You know, like these guys are tough.
Amateur up. Why not? Why wouldn't he go to amateur boxing?
Right, no,
box.
No. Okay, for one, amateur finding an amateur ain't gonna make no money, and for two, these amateurs are still like 15-0 and shit with 15 knockouts. These are still badass dudes. They just haven't been on a pay-per-view yet to make their money. You know what I mean? That's why they're still an amateur.
You gotta chase the bag.
Ryan Garcia has been boxing since he was like 3 years old. So they, even though they're amateurs, they still got way. Bro, he was on Disney. He was an actor, bro. So he needs to fight.
He's not gonna fight a motherfucker that's 15-0. Yeah, he's not a professional. He's
Logan Paul was the wrestling champion. He was the fight. Like he in high school. He wrestled. He won championships wrestling. He was the fighter. Jake was. I'm doing plays.
Pretty boy.
You know what I mean? So like, he said he's boxing for fun. He said he'll get it to him professionally if he's good. You know what I mean? That's basically what he's saying. Logan's the one saying I want to be a professional boxer. And I mean, bro, his second fight of his whole entire life was against Floyd Mayweather.
Third.
No,
he fought KSI twice.
Well, yeah, but still. But no, his record is 0-1 though. So his
record is
0-1 on national television. It said he was 0-1.
Right.
I thought he was 0-2, Austin.
He's 0-2.
No, he technically
Logan.
So
didn't he lose to KSI twice?
Yeah, he fought KSI twice. But so did you watch on that? It said 0-1. He was his professional boxing record is 0-1. So that's when it's his second fight. His second real fight is he.
No, yeah, because the first one wasn't a professional fight, and then the second one they actually fought for a belt. And
the first one was an amateur fight. That's why they had.
Desi, I mean Jake was all you and rematch. Brother, I'm gonna rematch your little brother. Desi was too scared.
Yep.
Because bro, he had Desi leaking, bro. Like I mean, Jake's the dog. Like Nate Robinson called him out. Knocked him the fuck out. Had his booty up in the air, embarrassed.
Hey, what's his name? Chaney Cunningham. He talking about
Ben Askren.
He gonna make you look like this, Chad.
Ben Askren couldn't even last.
Looking like this, Chad.
Ben Askren couldn't even last around, bro. He couldn't last around with him. He got, and I said, okay, Ben Askren all out of his, but still, for his whole entire life, he was trained not to get hit. Like, yeah, like my thing is that okay, they might not have the knockout. They might not go in there and knock Jake out. But they still should know how to weave and dodge and hit because they go against boxers in the UFC. They go against guys who are actually going to go in the ring and do exactly what Jake Paul is going to do. And also they don't. But also like there's guys who are versatile that Ben Askren went against, who are good as fuck with their hands and no take him down and no like he don't got to worry about. He's got to worry about just hands. Mm-hmm. To be a professional fighter and this is what you did for years. You know, like to me, if Rampage Jackson went to boxing in his prime, he'd have been way better in boxing than he would have been in UFC. Because that's what he was good at. Rashad Evans would have been a dog boxer in his prime, you know, like stuff like that. He was a dog
in the UFC.
Right, yeah, I'm just saying, like those type of guys who hands were their specialty, if all he had to worry about was somebody else's hands, it's over.
That's all Tyron Woodley has to worry about this whole time that he's been training. What do you think, they just walk in the ring? No, they train, Drake. I know
he's hold on. You're not going to say it like that, like I don't know the motherfuckers fucking train this shit.
And he's only focusing on one aspect where he used to have to focus on everything. What?
You know training? Money Team.
Ah, shit.
Floyd training him because I mean Floyd trains. He wants training because he don't like the Paul brothers, so he gonna train everybody they fight.
Yeah.
But and speaking of his,
focus on one aspect of a game that
he doesn't train.
He's supposed to master. In mixed martial arts, you're supposed to be a master at every aspect. You're supposed to. I'm not saying they are. But you're supposed to be a master in every category. Grappling, wrestling, submissions, boxing, kickboxing. You're supposed to be a martial artist. Jiu-jitsu, striking.
Everything.
You're supposed to be master all of that.
Yeah,
now he only has to focus on that one part.
Just boxing.
Just boxing.
Yeah. But my biggest thing.
So if Jake Paul wins this fight and knocks his ass out.
Floyd in training, okay, he's not Gervonta Davis' trainer, but he's his promoter. He makes Gervonta Davis his money. He gives Gervonta Davis his promotions. He gets him his pay-per-views and everything. So Gervonta Davis, in my opinion, is the best. Well, in my opinion, second best, but everybody else best young boxer coming on the scene. He has a 95% knockout rating, like knockout ratio. He's had 24 fights with 23 knockouts, and he's 24-0. So and like I said, and he's under Money Team. Floyd's not his trainer, but Floyd's his promoter. And Floyd says this is the future of boxing. He's gonna have a better, like Floyd believes he's gonna be 55-0, 60-0 at the end of his career.
Damn.
But It might not. I think he shot himself in the foot. Floyd was pissed with him. His trainers were pissed with him, and his coaches are all mad at Gervonta Davis because Gervonta Davis fights at 130. And it goes up by 5 pounds. So he's 5'5", 130 pounds, and he's a champion at 130. So like he don't want to fight nobody at 130 because there's no more competition left. The tallest guy he fought so the best fighter he's ever fought is Leo Santa Cruz, 3-time world champion. Feel me? He only had one loss going into the fight. He can't be knocked out. You can't knock him down. He knocked him the fuck out, and I'm talking clean, like uppercut, had him sleep on the mat. So, and he was 5'7" and had a reach advantage 5'7". Now he moved up 2 weight classes to the champion of the 140, which that's hard. 130 to 140 is tough as fuck. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's for the belt, so the guy can come in 150 if he wants to put even more weight on. And he's 5'10" or 5'11". He's like 5'10", 5'11", and guess what? He's 27-0, 26-0, 27-0, undefeated as well with like 18 knockouts. So and he's known for his power. So Gervonta Davis is now going against the toughest fighter in boxing around his age, who's undefeated, champion, 5'10", has big reach advantage, huge height advantage, and super powerful. So and like that, and it's on June 6th. I'm definitely tuning into that.
26th.
Yeah, June 26th. Yeah, that is gonna be lit, bro. So if y'all want to watch that, y'all got to, bro. It's gonna be super dominant.
The last question, I just want to. We were speaking about Jake Paul, and I don't know if it's ignorance or if Jake Paul is just that live at being a cocky son of a bitch, but it's been reported that Tyron Woodley not only wants to knock him out, he basically wants to kill Jake Paul.
Yeah, did you not see when Jake? So basically, Tyron Woodley helped train Ben Askren for Ben Askren's fight against him, and he was in the locker room with Jake Paul and Ben Askren and everything. And Jake Paul was like, "I'll knock your ass out too," and stuff like that. And that's what he said. Tyron Woodley was like, "I'm a champion." Like he was like, "I'm a world champion." Like all this, and he was like, "So I don't give a fuck about that. I'll knock you out, this and that." And then, yeah, but the Paul brothers, they know how to get each other, like get in the head. I mean, y'all probably know about what Floyd did with his first wife, what he did to her, and that's all Logan was talking about. That's all he was talking about the whole time, and that got him pissed. He was talking about his wife now. He was talking about his baby mama.
Talking about his kids.
His kids. You feel what I'm saying? He had him pissed. And Jake Paul doing the same thing. Telling Tyron Woodley his titles were fluky. And like you tell a guy who had to beat some of the toughest motherfuckers on the planet that his shit was fluky. Yeah, you're gonna get pissed. But also, yeah, he said first round knockout just like Ben.
Yep.
He said it's gonna be first round knockout. And crazy part, Jake's telling people he said there's no reason about the fight. You go waste your money. He said it's gonna be a first round knockout. You can see it on Instagram and Twitter. That's what he said. He told everybody, do not waste your money.
But Tyron Woodley wants to fucking kill him. So that's another thing. Like going into the fight, like Tyron Woodley, yeah, he don't have his feet are better.
Yeah,
a lot of people saying his feet are better.
But
when you want to kill somebody, you're throwing harder punches.
Right, but we know UFC fighters know, like they always say you can't fight with anger. You fight with anger, you get knocked the fuck out. You get put down. You know, so he's gonna be smart enough. He's not coming to the ring just swinging for the fences.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying when the opportunity
that's what Nate Robinson
comes,
did. Robinson got in that ring, was swinging for the fences, and was booty up in the air, face down, ass up.
Right, but when the opportunity approaches, they swing for the fences. So he's going to be swinging for the fences. There's no headgear.
And technically, Ben Askren did as well, but also like okay, but Floyd and them fight was worse with no headgear because they only had 12-ounce gloves, which I'm pretty sure a real like champion, like a real fight, is supposed to be like 16 or 18 depending on weight class. And 12, like, you basically hit a nigga with your knuckle. Like they damn near bare fisted with 12 and no headgear. Mm-hmm. So it was like I'm pretty sure amateurs do like 18 with headgear.
Right.
How they fight, and then they go 12 no headgear. So that Jake Paul's found Floyd's knuckles.
Yeah. Logan.
Yeah, Logan's knuckles.
Yeah.
No.
Logan was feeling Floyd's knuckles.
Yeah. And then Jake said he'll fight Floyd too. But I thought you was gonna you don't know if Jake is crazy or something, but I thought you was gonna say how he posted 50-1 and all that. My brother just beat Floyd.
That didn't make sense either. I did post that. I posted that in our little group chat. I didn't understand that. I don't know how you won when you landed 15% of your what was it?
Yeah.
15% of the strikes.
Once again, he's a YouTuber. You know, that's what I said to me. It's not a hit on Logan. You feel me? Floyd talked all this stuff for the fight. He gonna knock him out. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. And then you don't knock him out. You don't put him on his back. You know, you don't even knock him down.
The week was when everybody said that that Logan Paul was looking like Glass Joe. Like, yeah, I was rolling, bro. And they talking about the records match. I was gone. They talking about and they records match too because they both owing.
Yeah. No, but yeah,
so he look like Glass Joe, Trey, from Mike Tyson Punch Out.
No, it's just. Now it's just crazy because, like, to me, the biggest knock is on Floyd. You're supposed to knock him out. You're 50-0. You know, you're the best boxer of all time. We're going up against a YouTuber. Yes, for money, but you still said you were going to knock his ass out. Everything. You go in the ring, he survives all 8 rounds. And actually, you could tell, like, when Floyd was in the corner, he was like, I got to get him. I got to catch him. Like, he wanted to knock him out. Even throughout the fight, he was just looking for that strike to knock him out.
He had a couple good ones, but nothing knocked him out.
Yeah, he's just a professional boxer.
Hey, shout out to Logan Paul's jaw. That motherfucker could take a punch.
Yeah.
That motherfucker could take a punch because he took a couple.
No, Costello could take a punch. Think about Floyd.
He almost dropped, but he had to hug you.
But think about Floyd in his prime. How hard he used to strike, right? Mm-hmm. And he hit. I'm pretty sure he hit Costello with. I think they said 7 strikes that would have knocked out any other boxer in the sport. So I'm talking strikes that hit and snap like that. And Costello was still. He didn't hug. He was still like. Still looking at him in the face. Costello, he's never been dropped. I've never seen not a body shot, anything, him ever fall, like ever. And I'm pretty sure he's fought like 30-something. He has 30-something fights.
You don't realize how much body shots go into, like, how big body shots are.
Did you see Ryan Garcia's? Did you see what happened to Ryan Garcia? So Ryan Garcia, to me, that's the best young boxer. But he hit his back, though. He got hit, and, like, everyone said he was sleeping, so he hit the mat. Because he got hit, and his eyes were closed, and he hit the mat, and looked up, oh, so I'm on the ground. And he pushed himself back up, got right back up. He's like, I'm fine. And the rest of the fight, kicked his ass, like, he kicked that person's ass. Like, he got mad that he knocked him down, beat him up. And at the end of the fight, the guy, like threw a left hook. He ducked it, but the whole, his left hook is like he brings it from down here and bang, just rock you with it. So when he did it, he went he brought it down and uppercutting right in his rib. And the dude literally, he backed up and he was like, he got down on one knee and was like, nah, I'm done. And he wound up he broke like 3 of his ribs with that punch. And that's his second time doing something like that. Like, his body shots are lethal. I mean, you saw you see, like, he literally, Juju did it, Aiden,
body shot challenge.
Yeah, they wear a pad and they're still screaming the
only person that I saw that, like, beat the challenge was Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
That's the only person that beat it. And I mean, that dude's like a fucking 6'4" fucking behemoth in the UFC. Like,
yeah, so
he's the heavyweight champion and everything. Like, he's just a demon. And like, even he afterwards was like, yeah, I mean, those hurt. Like, he was like, I ain't taking nothing away. Those hurt.
So yeah, if he was to box, he would never ever be allowed to box against Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is like, he fights in like 130. He fights in
Francis Ngannou weighs like 250.
Yeah,
I think that's the heavyweight weight class. It's 250 plus.
Yeah,
right, Austin?
Mike Tyson was 5'10" and fought in the heavyweight.
What?
Isn't in the UFC the heavyweight division it's 250 plus, right?
In the UFC, it's 225. Or no, 206 plus.
206 plus. So 206 plus means anything over 206.
Yeah.
So you can beat 250.
That's why some guys
did 205 max.
That's why guys that are like 200 pounds like do light heavyweight and heavyweight because like they're on the cusp of being damn near a heavyweight fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the max for the light heavyweight is 200 pounds. Or 205.
Yeah. Because like
fucking ow.
Yeah, I'm saying like John Jones heavyweight, light heavyweight.
I heard that.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. So
damn.
Yeah, like I know a lot of guys do that, but I think boxing is where it's done the most. Because like it's 5 pounds in between like 130 and 130. So all you gotta do is lose 5 pounds or gain 5 pounds, and you fight for that belt.
135,
you
140.
Know? Yeah. So like guys do that all the time.
What's the most titles that somebody's held? Like 130, 135, 140, and 145?
I think so. I know Leo Santa Cruz was a 3-time world champion, so that's 3 titles he obtained. I think probably like 5 would probably be the most.
What'd you say, De'Aaron?
I said, what's the most that somebody's held at one time? Like, if there was 130, did they have like 130, 135, 140, and 145?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No,
what, titles in boxing?
Yeah, in boxing.
In boxing, each division has 4 different championships.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying. I'm saying,
no, you know how like
different way, like
you know how boxing is more like this sport where because like I mean guys bounce around all the time like guys go for they'll it could be a guy that fights 145 but he'll go take a 135 fight and just lose 10 pounds and he'll fight that guy,
Yeah.
and then he'll go
Not
back
just
and
that, but
bounce it between.
not a lot of people jump weight because there's 4 different titles to fight for in each division.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people change and go up or down. They stay at their weight.
I'm pretty sure 5 is the most I think somebody had. I'm pretty sure they had every single one in their weight class. Then they fought for one in the weight class above, and I think won it. I think 5 probably the most. But yeah, I know I know a lot of guys are 3-4-time world champions.
I know Floyd's had 3. I think Floyd's had 3 different titles in 3 different divisions.
Yeah.
But he's also one of the few people to unify the titles, and that doesn't happen a lot. I mean, it happens, but it doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
So he had all 4 titles in one division?
Yeah, that's where one person holds all 4 belts for one division.
Yeah.
Like right now, like for heavyweight example, Anthony Joshua has 3 of the 4 titles, but Tyson Fury has 1 title, so he's not unified yet.
I feel bad for heavyweight fighters because they're like the only ones that can't really bounce around because like guys like Wilder, Wilder is 6'7", Fury 6'9". You know, if they like say they cut weight, they're going, you know, that's hard as shit.
They can't move. Right, they can't move as fast, but dude, I'll tell you what, they have knockout.
Heavyweight fights are the best fights because they're swinging for the fences the whole time. Because like I've never it's rare to see a super good defensive heavyweight. No, like Mike Tyson wasn't even that, and he was the smallest damn near ever. He was 5'10" fighting heavyweight.
Mm-hmm. But his punches hurt like a
right. Yeah. Once again, he swung for the fences. You know what I mean? That's why heavyweight fights are.
Mike Tyson didn't have hands. He had sledgehammers.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, so that's why, from you got your standout people like him, but then majority of the guys they're just big as shit, and they just they
Because in
slow.
the heavyweight, there's no cap in the heavyweight. It's just plus.
No, but the crazy thing is,
and
heavyweight.
Also, if you love, it depends on what person you are. Like my dad, he like watching Floyd. He like defensive counter puncher because those are the best knockouts. Those are the guys that you see him duck, hook, uppercut, and then sleep like. That's my me. I like toe to toe. I want to see somebody y'all toe to toe. You just going boom, boom, boom. You just swing until somebody drop like. And
one of the craziest knockouts I ever seen came from Conor McGregor, and before the fight he was talking about he was fighting Jose Aldo, and he was like Jose likes to throw that left hook, and he said if he throws that left hook, I'm gonna knock his ass out because when he throws it, he basically told him that when he throws it, he opens up, and he said he's gonna catch him with that, or it's his right hook. Because he said he's gonna open up with that right hook and he's gonna catch him with that left hand right on the chin as he's throwing the right hook.
See, the difference between boxing and UFC though is boxing. If you're 1 pound over 200 pounds, you're a heavyweight, and then at 200 pounds max is cruiserweight, and then light heavyweight fights at 175 max.
Yeah.
So in heavyweight. If you're 1 pound over 200 pounds, you're a heavyweight in boxing.
Thanks.
But what I was saying was,
so imagine the guy 201 pounds going against Butterbean.
Right. But what I was saying was, they come out, fight. Literally the 6 second goes by, he throws the right hook. As Conor sees it, as he's leaning back, catches him with the left, knocks him out. Title fight, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Knocked him out. Craziest thing in defensive play. He literally told him if he throws the right hook, he's going to sleep. And he threw the right hook and he went to sleep.
Yeah, those.
And leaning back, he was just like, he caught him too, just like, bow. It was nasty. It was nasty.
Like to me, that's why I like watching Ryan Garcia. I like watching Gervonta Davis. I like watching Deontay Wilder. I like watching those guys because they're coming in to fight just to knock you out. They don't like going to Gervonta Davis. The one fight he went to decision, he was mad at. He was sitting like this, like like when he knocks somebody out, he was sitting there smiling. The one time he went to decision and it was unanimous. Like he knew he won, but he was pissed out and knock him out. So he was like this. He held his hand up. He was like mad as fuck that he went to decision. So like I like those fighters because they don't give a fuck. I hate guys that hit for the muff. That's what we call it. I like when niggas hit for the mat. The muff, I mean, you just trying to get points. You just hitting. Like, that's Floyd. Right. He don't be trying to knock you. Floyd can't knock shit out. He ain't trying to knock you out. He not even trying to hurt you. He just...
He's not trying to break his hand no more.
No, I'm saying he hit for the muff. He hitting, he gonna hit and look at the judge. You got that? You got that?
All right, boys, I'm gonna jump off here for the night.
All right, bet.
Yeah, we're about to wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, we about to wrap it up.
What?
No. We were saying like it's cool. We was about to wrap it up anyway. I was just gonna make the point about like I like guys who's in there 95% punches they throwing, they trying to put you to sleep.
Facts.
You know, they not just trying to
Facts.
win by decision.
But yeah, like I said, we apologize for last week. And also we wanted to make the announcement that we are actually still looking for a ghost pepper. You know, we haven't been able to obtain one. Don't think that we haven't forgot about it. I know that I haven't forgot about it. But we're still looking for it, and when we get it, I will eat the ghost pepper live.
And then they will change their screens to my face.
Yeah, and we gonna. Well, technically, it's both of ours because we tied. But anyway,
no,
I understand. No, we literally tied. But anyway, if you guys,
we made that decision.
You know,
I won.
Whoever watched this, we gonna go ahead. We gonna go back and I mean, I'm not go back. But we gonna for me. I'm gonna post that. We gonna post it on everything, so you guys know that he eating it and everybody can see it and stuff like that. So for me,
right,
it can get out there.
But we appreciate everybody that tuned in. Sorry we had so many technical difficulties, but we're trying to work out the kinks. You know, you got to work with us as we work with everything, and you know, we try to give you guys the best content that we can. You know,
Yes,
and we appreciate everybody coming out, and we'll see you guys next Friday.